The relationship between boxing superstar Gervonta "Tank" Davis and his former mentor, Floyd Mayweather Jr., has been a roller coaster, marked by a deep mentor-protege bond that eventually unraveled into one of the most publicized feuds in recent boxing history. Their story, filled with moments of camaraderie, betrayal, and reconciliation, has captivated fans and sparked discussions about loyalty, ambition, and the pressures of the sport. Recently, a surprising gym visit by Mayweather to Davis as he prepared for a rematch against Lamont hinted at a possible thawing of tensions, but their history reveals a complex dynamic that goes far beyond a single encounter. Davis, a rising star in the boxing world, has often been compared to Mayweather due to their shared traits: incredible skill, charisma, and an ability to dominate opponents in the ring. Both fighters have also faced similar challenges, including moments of adversity that tested their resilience. For instance, Mayweather's career includes a notable incident in May 2001, when he faced Carlos Hernandez to defend his World Boxing Council Super Featherweight title. Despite being a promising fighter at the time, Mayweather experienced an unusual moment in the sixth round when he took a knee, gesturing to his corner about a possible issue with his left hand. Though he wasn't knocked down by a significant punch, the moment was a rare glimpse of vulnerability for the otherwise untouchable fighter. Mayweather went on to win the bout, proving his ability to overcome setbacks, a trait that Davis has also displayed throughout his career. The parallels between the two fighters extend beyond the ring. Davis, like Mayweather, has faced scrutiny for his actions outside of boxing, particularly on social media, where his outspoken nature has drawn both praise and criticism. Reflecting on Davis's behavior, some observers note that his youth, he's still in his late 20s, plays a role in his decision-making. They argue that Mayweather, at a similar age, might have acted similarly, lacking the guidance of a figure like himself to navigate the pressures of fame. This perspective sheds light on the empathy some feel toward Davis, even as he's clashed with Mayweather, a man who once played a pivotal role in his career. The recent gym visit by Mayweather was a surprising turn in their saga. Davis was deep in preparation for his rematch against Lamont, working closely with his trainers, Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis, to refine his strategy. No one anticipated Mayweather's arrival, which caught Davis and his team off guard. Yet, the encounter was devoid of the hostility that had characterized their relationship in recent years. Instead, it was marked by warmth and mutual respect. As other fighters trained and sparred in the gym, Mayweather engaged in a lengthy discussion with Davis and his trainers, offering advice and rekindling memories of their earlier days together. This moment suggested a potential reconciliation, a stark contrast to the bitterness that had defined their interactions in the lead-up to this point. Their feud, however, has deep roots. Davis, once a protege of Mayweather, joined Mayweather Promotions in 2015 after being scouted during one of Adrian Broner's training camps. Mayweather saw immense potential in the young Baltimore native and took him under his wing, aiming to mold him into a superstar. For 7 years, their partnership was fruitful, with Davis rising through the ranks, winning world titles in multiple weight divisions, and earning a reputation as one of the most electrifying fighters in the sport. Mayweather's guidance was instrumental, providing Davis with the resources and platform to showcase his talent. But by 2022, cracks began to appear. The two parted ways amid serious accusations from Davis, who claimed Mayweather had placed him in difficult situations, including a lose-lose scenario during his first world title fight against Jose Pedraza in 2017. At the time, Davis was 21, relatively inexperienced with a 16-0 record, and financially strained, earning modest purses of around $10,000 per fight. He alleged that Mayweather forced him into the Pedraza fight under threat of being shelved, a move that left him feeling betrayed. Davis also claimed that Mayweather had withheld opportunities and failed to support him adequately, even as he helped elevate Mayweather Promotions' profile. The fallout became public and increasingly contentious. Davis accused Mayweather of barring him from using his gym during preparations for his 2023 fight against Ryan Garcia, a critical moment in his career. This decision, according to Davis's trainers, was particularly hurtful, as it came at a time when he needed all the support he could get. Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis expressed their frustration in a video posted on Ford's Instagram, questioning Mayweather's motives. Ellis, in particular, was vocal, asking why Mayweather would put Tank out of the gym during such a pivotal moment. The coaches suggested that Mayweather's actions were driven by a desire to see Davis fail, a sentiment echoed by Davis himself in interviews. One of the most shocking revelations came when Davis disclosed that Mayweather had secretly contacted his opponent, Frank Martin, ahead of their 2024 fight, offering tips on how to defeat him. Martin confirmed in pre-fight interviews that Mayweather had provided advice, framing it as an attempt to get back at Davis for perceived disrespect. Despite Martin's strong performance in the early rounds, Davis delivered a devastating blow in the 8th round, knocking him out and securing his 30th career victory. The incident underscored the depth of the rift between Davis and Mayweather, with the latter's actions seen as a betrayal by Davis's camp. Mayweather, for his part, has maintained that he harbors no ill will toward Davis. In public statements, he's described Davis as a son, emphasizing his role in helping him become a world champion. He's argued that his game plan was always to elevate Davis to the next level, and he's expressed disappointment at the accusations leveled against him. However, his actions, such as publicly siding with Davis's opponents and making comments perceived as critical of his former protege, have fueled the perception of a vendetta. For instance, Mayweather's rant in an interview with Fight Hype, where he criticized boxers for focusing on luxuries rather than their craft, was interpreted by some as a subtle jab at Davis. He also made controversial remarks about Davis's fights, including predicting a 50-50 outcome in the Frank Martin bout, despite Davis being the clear favorite. The tension between the two has been further amplified by their contrasting personalities. Davis, known for his brashness and willingness to speak his mind, has openly called out Mayweather, accusing him of jealousy and a desire to see him fail. In an interview on the Mr. Jill podcast, Davis described feeling let down by Mayweather, someone he once looked up to. He recounted how Mayweather's actions, such as putting him in challenging fights early in his career, felt like deliberate attempts to derail his progress. Davis's trainers have echoed this sentiment, with Ford describing the situation as emotionally complex, likening it to a father-son dynamic fraught with misunderstandings. Despite the animosity, there have been moments of reflection and growth. Ford, in particular, has tried to find a silver lining in the challenges Davis faced. He noted that being barred from Mayweather's gym during the Ryan Garcia fight preparations forced Davis to work harder, ultimately leading to a 7th-round knockout victory that solidified his status as one of boxing's elite. Ford described it as a lesson within a lesson, suggesting that what seemed like a negative experience ultimately proved beneficial. This perspective highlights Davis's resilience and ability to thrive under pressure, traits that have defined his career. The recent gym visit by Mayweather could signal a turning point. The warm reception and constructive dialogue between the two suggest a willingness to move past their differences. For Davis, who's preparing for a high-stakes rematch against Lamont, the encounter could provide a morale boost. Roach, a formidable opponent, will test Davis's skills, but with Mayweather's unexpected support and the guidance of his trainers, Davis is poised for success. The fight is seen as a chance for Davis to further cement his legacy, much like Mayweather did during his career. Their shared history, however, remains a cautionary tale about the complexities of mentor-protege relationships in the high-stakes world of professional boxing. Mayweather, who once saw Davis as a younger version of himself, may have struggled with the idea of his protege surpassing him. Davis, in turn, has had to navigate the challenges of stepping out from Mayweather's shadow while dealing with the pressures of fame and scrutiny. Their feud, fueled by misunderstandings, egos, and competitive instincts, has played out publicly, drawing attention from fans and the media alike. As Davis continues to shine in the ring, his journey reflects both the lessons learned from Mayweather and the determination to forge his own path. The boxing world watches closely, hopeful that the recent reconciliation is a sign of better days ahead for both fighters. For now, Davis remains focused on his upcoming fight, carrying the weight of his past with Mayweather while striving to create a legacy that stands on its own. The story of their relationship, filled with highs and lows, is a testament to the passion, pride, and resilience that define the sport of boxing.